Talking Dunmore boys basketball here in the John Mendola Show. We're in our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world, in the takeaway kitchen. Tony Lacertosa, the head coach, with us. And Tony, let's talk about this 2018-19 squad at Dunmore. What are some of the positive things you guys are doing out there on the court?
Well, I'll tell you, John. First of all, thanks for having us.
Sure.
We got a real solid group and a great group to work with. These kids work so hard. We have three captains you'll probably be talking to in a while: Steve Borgia, Danny Walsh, and Tommy Doherty. The kids really look up to them, and as hard as they work, that's just as hard as the kids work at practice. I think our strength is our defense this year, though. We've been stopping teams, holding them in the low 40s, high 30s, and I think basically that's the strength of our team.
Got to get some offensive output to combine with that defensive effort to get some wins. Let's talk about offensively. You have guys that can knock down the shots, or has it kind of been by committee?
No, it's been a balanced attack. Danny Walsh developed a good jump shot this year, although he's a streak shooter, and he also is a driver. But the big surprise is Frank Ruggiero this year. He's leading the league actually in three-pointers, and he's been carrying us part of the way this year.
Let's talk about size-wise, give it up to some teams. Talk about what you try to do to combat some of those things and some of the opponents you have that are just a little bigger.
Every game we play, we're undersized. Our big guy inside, Ross Cadaro, is about 5'10". Tommy Doherty's about 6'2". But in and out, every time we get on the floor, it seems like the teams are much bigger than us, especially our exhibition season. We played Paul Pack, we played Scranton High School, West Scranton. They're all bigger teams than we were, but we held our own, and I'm proud of that fact.
We're just about here in the midpoint of January, end of February. You kind of know where you stand. Talk about what areas you think you can improve in between now and when the playoffs come.
I think offensively we have to score more points. We can't just score in the low 40s and expect to win every night and hold teams in the 30s. It's very difficult to hold teams defensively, let alone be able to score some points for ourselves.
As far as some of the competition you're playing in the league, what are some matchups that you look forward to? All of them? I mean, because every night in, it seems like there's a good challenge in the LAC 1.
You know what? We haven't had an easy game yet. We played Carbondale. It was a battle right to the end. We're looking forward to playing Holy Cross, Riverside. Mid-Valley was a battle. It was a 2-point game. No matter who you play, and any given night, they can knock you off. So you got to be prepared every single night.
Let's talk about your assistant coach with you and seeing things the same way, and then of course bouncing ideas off each other.
Oh yeah, Gino Tempesta, he's been around a long time with a lot of experience. When it was time to pick an assistant coach, he was my guy. He knows that. He has a lot of great ideas, a lot of good drills we use, especially defensively, and we knock each other around as far as our game plan is concerned. And he's just a loyal guy. He's the best. You
talk to guys like Jack Lyons, he goes, listen, you know, I hear the subtle stuff, but he's an old school guy. He goes to the gym. He wants to go scout. Talk a little bit about for yourself. Are you changing with the times? You do a little bit of both?
No, we're old school. Yep. Whenever we can scout, we'll go ourselves. But if we're playing that night, you know, we have our we have our freshman coach, our 7th and 8th grade coach, and they do a wonderful job for us too.
Coach, always great to chat with you. We wish you the best here the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot, John. Thanks for having us. I appreciate it.
You got it. Stephen Borgia with us from Dunmore here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service at our Carol and Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Let's talk about you being a 3-sport athlete and being able to do that at a small school. Not easy to do, and something that's almost becoming a lost art.
Yeah, well, it's definitely fun, and I have a great time playing all those 3 sports. It teaches you how to manage your time while in between school and other extracurricular activities. It's a good lesson.
Let's go through football season, how it went. Successful at Dunmore again. Did you get banged up, or you feel like okay going into basketball season?
No, I was okay. I took a few days off just to get my body, like all the bruises down. But I was not banged up to the point where I couldn't play basketball.
Play for Coach Henzes, obviously a fabulous coach, a lot of great assistants out there. Now you come over and play with Coach Lacertosa. Talk a little bit about that experience and type of coach and style that he has.
Yeah, well, Coach Henzes is a great guy, and we missed him this year. He wasn't with us, but going from Coach Henzes to Coach Lass is a great transition because they're both great guys, great coaches, and off the court, even great teachers. And Coach Henzes is a great gym teacher, and yeah.
Take us over to baseball, another sport you play, and again, a lot of tradition there at Dunmore with the baseball program.
Yeah, well, Coach Sid just came in last year and did a great job with us. Love him as a coach. He's another great coach on and off the field.
For you, you're a great student, 3.9 grade point average, enjoy math. Talk about being dedicated in the classroom.
Well, it's just about being able to learn in class and not having to do all the work at home. And paying attention to class, the most important part, I feel, is having no time at your house.
Penn State, life after high school, you'd like to head to main campus?
Yeah, my sisters are there, so I'd like to follow along.
Talk about the two sisters you have, Maria and Allie, and the type of job they did. Athletic, but also some academics in there as well, right?
Yeah, Allie and Maria both played volleyball and basketball, and they both did very well in school, and they're good mentors for me, looking up to them.
Let's talk about the folks and then pushing you along, showing up, supporting you, all that good stuff that they do.
The most important thing they do is help me with schoolwork, and teach me how to manage my time and all of that. That's an important part of growing up and going into college.
How about being a Buck and being around guys like this and being, being in the halls of Dunmore, knowing there's a lot of tradition there, but yet you want to have some fun along the way?
Yeah, it's awesome. There's great tradition at Dunmore, and everybody knows how to do it right. All the coaches, it's always tradition, and it's a great place to be.
All right, Stephen, well, the best of luck the rest of this season with basketball, then baseball, and of course your goal of getting to Penn State University.
Thank you.
Tommy Doherty is with us here on the John Mendola Show. We are talking Dunmore boys basketball. Tommy, let's talk about your role in the team as a junior.
Well, I'm mainly an outside. Well, I'm a leader right now. Us three are captains right now, and I play outside most of the time, and I can go in and out wherever.
But as far as this team, what are the things you like, or what are the things you think you need to work on between now and the playoffs?
We're all very close, and I like it that way. And we play well together, and we've been playing since the summer, and that's like that kind of stuff.
Being a Dunmore Buck and walking through these halls, your teammate talked a little bit about the tradition and what it's like. For you, talk about family going to Dunmore and what the experience has been like.
Yeah, well, my grandpa coached a while ago for Dunmore, and all my aunts and uncles played for Dunmore, and that's just how it's been.
Let's talk about your brother and your sister. Tell us a little bit about each of them.
My sister, she's a little older. She's my half-sister. She graduated from Temple a few years back. She's in marketing now. She's doing something with marketing. I don't really remember where, but my brother's 13. He's in 7th grade. He plays basketball, baseball, and he's trying football this year for the first time.
Nice. You're just a basketball guy, which is pretty cool. Talk about what you love about the game, and are you always putting in extra time to it, or you have some other interests?
I like to focus on basketball. I golf every once in a while. Unfortunately for Coach Lassertoso, I threw the clubs in the basement for now.
All right, 3.8 grade point average, chemistry and STEM, a couple of your favorite subjects. Talk about those.
Well, I'm big into like design and stuff like that, and chemistry just kind of comes naturally to me.
How about the future for you as far as life after high school? What are some big schools you're looking at here?
Temple and Penn State mostly. I'd like to stay in state. Knock out like 2 hours probably.
And what would you like to study?
I'm not really too sure yet. Probably something with engineering.
Cool. And as far as some role models in your life, who do you look up to?
Well, my dad and my mom. My dad's he's a great guy, and he just sets great examples for me, and my mom the same way.
Talk about your relationship with Coach Lassertoso and what he tries to get out of you guys at practice to make it happen and game plan when you get to a big game.
Well, he pushes us to our best every day in practice, and me and him have been pretty close for 4 years now. And he just pushes us to work together and work hard every day.
All right, Tommy, well, great to hear your story, and we hope you can make it a better 2018-19 here with the Bucks.
Thank you.
Daniel Walsh with us here on the John Mendola Show out of Dunmore. Daniel, let's talk about your basketball game. What would you say the positives are of it?
I'm strong to my right hand, and I like getting other people involved more. I think I learned that from my grandfather. He always taught me an assist is better than scoring. And even though you won't get as much credit for it, it's nice to see your teammates get involved and help you win even more.
Like that grandfather's thinking. Let's talk about baseball, another sport you play.
Yeah, I've been growing up. I've been basketball and baseball my whole life, even with my brothers. And now, high school baseball, we're a young team, and we're just getting better, and we're returning starters. And it's another true love of mine.
Big family. Take us through. How many kids in the Wallace family here?
There are 6 kids. It starts up top with Jerry, then he's 23. Timmy comes down to 21. Connor's 20. And there's myself. Kevin, who actually plays on the team with us this year, he's a freshman. He's 15. And Taryn's the youngest, and she's 11.
Everybody involved in sports?
Yeah, you don't get out of our house without playing sports.
Let's talk about the people in your family that push you along with the sports. Talk about the folks and what they do to try to bring everything out in you guys.
Well, it started with my dad. He got my oldest brothers into it, and then by the time I was old enough to pick up a baseball, it really came down to my brothers. Mostly, we're out in the backyard playing hoops all the time. And then we have like a miniature baseball field, so we would always be playing wiffle ball. It's just competition my whole life, and our brothers, they really forced it on me. Well, not forced, but like
Influence you.
Yeah, influence me.
Math and chemistry, a couple of your favorite subjects, 3.9 grade point average. You're thinking maybe aerospace engineering down the road?
Yeah, my brother is studying aerospace engineering at Penn State, and he comes home and he talks about it a little bit. And I've started to look into college now when I'm getting to my junior year. And some of the things he's doing, I really take interest in. And I take like a STEM class in school, and so there's designing there. And it's just getting a feel for it right now, but I think I'm interested in it.
What's it like playing for Coach Lassertoso?
Well, Coach Lassertoso originally got my older brother because he came over as a junior, and he welcomed them with open arms, and it was really nice to see. And then when I came along, he really takes you in as a Dunmore kid and as one of your own. And even as a freshman, it's looking to the future too. When I was a freshman, just coming up, and you're going to see him evolve and get better and mature.
According to the coach, you guys have to play bigger than you are every game. There's always bigger teams to play against. What kind of things do you think you could work on between now and maybe the end of February of playoff time?
We just, on defense, we get a box out a little more, and then when we're in the post, just playing the right type of defense, knowing who you're defending, and then you just got to get out and run because we got 5 guys who all can run. So if we can just get out and run and play to our strengths, I think we'll be fine.
All right, Daniel, nice to hear your story. Keep it going with your big family of yours. We wish you the best.
Thank you.